We are live. It is Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Daily Dingers with Peter Sheffield Shuffler, and we got Steve Armato. What's up, Steve?
Chilling, man. You know, I'm just basking in the glory after a sweep basically on Monday.
Dude,
and now we're back today.
Great way to start the week, dude. You know? And my favorite thing is, obviously being right, which is awesome, making money, which is great, but also I love compiling little videos that just show how smart we were.
That was a great video. It was a fantastic video. Fantastic use of Charlie Sheen.
Compliments to Charlie Sheen. Thank you for helping us out, Charlie.
Yeah, like big day by Charlie right there. I mean, and you know what? The thing is, like, after a day like that, everyone's like, oh, he regressed to the mean. And I just don't see another loss today. So we're back. It's really,
no, it's called a hot streak. First off,
that's it.
We're very familiar to it. Anyway, it's fun. Who gives a shit? It was fun. Yeah, we didn't lose. I didn't lose. We just pushed. I pushed on one. That's my fault. So
it's not a loss. It's not a loss.
Not a loss. Exactly,
and
dude.
If you're playing soccer. If you're playing soccer, they love pushes. You still get a point,
I mean, you could even tie in football nowadays.
Right. It's crazy. So, you know what? It's not a loss. It's the most important thing.
Didn't lose, but you know who did lose, Steve? I think
go ahead.
I think Freddie Freeman lost.
I think he lost his new team too.
I think he lost his new team. I think he lost his marbles. He lost a lot of tears because he was crying about 4 or 5 times, different occasions. Steve, I'm an emotional guy, okay? Like, I'll get teary-eyed. I'll listen to a song and I'll get, teary-eyed. I could be emotional. But, bro, come on. He was crying all weekend long.
Yeah, I mean, if you cry, all right. If you cry the first game back, you get the World Series ring.
Sure.
First at bat, you get a standing O. Good. That's perfect. That's normal.
Right.
But if you cry a few times throughout the weekend, now it's just you look like the guy that made a big mistake. That feels like they made a big mistake, and you regret your decision, and it doesn't look good with your new teammates.
That's exactly what it looked like. It's like if your wife, your girlfriend, saw online that her ex got married and she started crying. As the boyfriend, as a husband, I'd be like, why the fuck are you crying? Like, we have a good thing going here. Like, why are you so upset? You're that upset. There's more going on. And obviously there's more going on because he fired his representation group. I think it's called Elite or something like that.
Elite Sports Management or something?
Yeah, sports management. So now he represents himself because something obviously happened. He went home to Atlanta. They obviously talked to a lot of people there. And for him to fire his representation right after that just shows something went on, whether there was no transparency in regards to the free agency process, or, I mean, that's my guess. There was something that wasn't transparent that his agents weren't telling him about.
Yeah, I would guess that too, because at first you heard that the Braves didn't really make him an offer, or they made him an offer, he didn't like the offer, and they moved on immediately.
Yeah.
So here's my thing though. That's on the agent. So, I mean, that's on the agent. I feel like a lot of times these guys don't really talk through things with their agents. The agent's just like, this is the deal we want, and this is what we're going to try and get. And then there's no transparency after that. Like, I feel like the agent didn't go back to him and say, all right, this is what they want to offer. This is what it feels like. It feels like the agent was like, I'm trying to make the most money possible.
Of course.
I get my percentage from whatever it is. And they didn't go back to Freddie and be like, look, we got to meet in the middle at this. They were just like, no, we're either going to take this or we're going to leave it. And he wanted to stay.
If being in Atlanta was that important to you, if having your family already there, if you got that emotional, yeah, you could have stayed. And you know what? This guy, he's wealthy. He's wealthy, generational wealth. His kids won't have to work if they don't want to. So does it really matter that you need to go chase a bag? It's not like he's a premier player. He's a premier hitter, premier first baseman. And I know these players only get one shot at free agency, stuff like that. But money, you chose money. You chose to go to LA, and maybe you're a little bit unhappier now. Now you're farther from your family, and you're in LA, and people in LA, weirdos. And now, now you come back. to Atlanta, and it's like, man, I really miss this place. I really wish I didn't leave, and that's exactly what it looked like. He had regret,
and he definitely had regret. And let's just talk some numbers here. He's definitely making way less money in LA. Like the state income tax from California to Georgia, it's not even remotely the same.
right?
So I mean, he's getting hammered over there when it comes to that. I mean, I don't know. He definitely regrets it, and his team, like you said, Kershaw made a comment about that. He hopes that the Dodgers aren't second fiddle. That's not a good look for your team. Especially, like if you don't want to be here, nobody's forcing you to be here.
Right. Actually, like we're good without you too,
right.
Like
we were good without you. And now, this doesn't look good. It really doesn't. And
yeah. And if I'm in that clubhouse too, I'm thinking the same thing. Like this guy's over here bawling his eyes out. Like we get it. Like you miss Atlanta, you played here your whole career. Now you're with the best team in the National League, right? It's not like he's playing, with the Diamondbacks. It's not like he's in Oakland where he's like, I'm wasting away here. He's playing with the Dodgers, who will probably go to the World Series this year. I mean, bro, like get it together.
Yeah, it's not, he has to figure that out. It's ridiculous at this point to actually, like I said, first at bat, whatever it is, you're good. But get your World Series ring, you're good. But you decide to just do it all weekend. You're crying your eyes out all weekend. It's just a terrible.
Sponsored by Kleenex.
Yeah, like it's just terrible and bad look. I don't think that's, and like I said, the Dodgers, I know Dave Roberts, he's saying they're the best division in baseball. I don't agree, Dave, but also, it's not good for a team that's fighting, like they're fighting with the Padres. I don't think the Giants are going to make a run here, but they're going to battle it out with the Padres here. You need Freddie. You need to know Freddie's all in. Because if he's not all in, then you guys there's going to be weird chemistry, and chemistry's a thing. Chemistry's a real thing. The best teams I ever played on, we were the closest teams. It's not it's not a secret. So yeah, I think this could cause some issues down the road if they don't have a talk and figure some shit out.
You're right. You know what, Steve? There will be no crying today, though. Just tears of joy. Maybe just tears of joy.
Just W's. That's it.
Tears.
Just W's.
Because we got day baseball, baby. We got a bunch of day baseball. We got bets coming up here. So why don't we just jump into it? What do you say?
I mean, that's what we're here for, baby. Let's get it rocking.
It's what the people want to see. Picks, analysis, breakdowns, data, all that shit. That's what we provide here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Daily Dingers. Peter and Steve, two Italian studs talking baseball, making you money. First bet of the day, we got Justin Verlander to record a win. Plus money. First bet of the day, we're going plus money. We're going after it. Take him by the neck. Plus 125. We're also going to stay in that game and take the Astros money line. So I'm sorry, Steve, I'm going against your Metsies today, but it's for some good reasons.
They stink right now, so I don't blame you. Let's hear it.
Recently, they have not been, playing up to par or up to snub. So Astros beat the Mets yesterday 9-1, shellacking, as Steve likes to say. Last week, they played 2 games. They won 8-2 and 5-3. So you can also look at that -1.5. It would make sense too. In the last 3 games they've played against each other, the Astros have won by more than two runs or more. Justin Verlander, 39 years old, coming off of surgery, played incredible this season so far, right? So he's coming off of a 7-inning outing, giving up just 1 earned run against probably the best team in baseball, the New York Yankees. He's been solid all season. So in Verlander's last 10 starts this season, the Astros have won 7 of those games. When he pitches, the Astros win. Astros rank 6th in OPS versus right-handed pitching this season. Taijuan Walker, right-handed pitcher. Astros rank 6th. Going to tune him up a little bit. Astros also have the best bullpen ERA in baseball now, 2.78. In the last 15 days, the Astros rank 8th in runs scored. Mets rank 25th. So as we can see from the games they played previously, kind of been blowing them out. Also, Astros rank 3rd in OPS. Astros rank 3rd in OPS in the last 15 days. Mets 23rd. So to your point, Steve, Mets kind of fallen off, not playing up to snub. Astros really kicking it up. These offenses are kind of going in different directions as of the last 2 weeks. So for those reasons, give me a little bit of plus money there. And you can also change the Verlander to record a win. You can do that -1.5 as well. I think I saw that at plus 130. So this is just what I like for this game.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all here. I will say that, like, the Mets, if this was like a couple weeks ago, I would say be careful because the Mets had been really good against right-handed pitching, regardless. But lately they're cold. Escobar is disappeared. Their offense has just disappeared lately. It hasn't been good. It's basically like Alonso trying to just carry the load. Like he's basically just he's like the picture with the guy that's got the globe on his back. Like that's Alonso right now. So really, yeah. So like really, you don't need to pitch to him, which is the problem. Like unless you're up, you don't need to pitch to him. I like it. I also am not. I think Ty Walker he's due for a shellacking. He's been good this year so far. He is due for a solid shellacking. This just isn't a good matchup today. This is like, it's a thing that the thing about baseball too. What matters is not so much who you play, it's when you play them. So like right now, the Mets are not. They're in their rough patch. Every team hits a rough patch at some point the year, no matter how good you are. They're in their rough patch right now. There's like reinforcements on the horizon to come back soon with the Scherzer and the DeGrom. And I think they're going to have to bring up Francisco Alvarez at some point because they need a stick out of that catching position. It's just not doing it right now. The only knock on not bringing Alvarez up at this point is he ready to handle a pitching staff that is going to make a run in the playoffs? Is he ready to handle the veterans like Scherzer, like DeGrom? Is he ready for that? Sure. I think if you have McCann there, he could mentor him and do that, but they need his stick in the lineup. Like they're not getting any production out of the DH spot. It's just not like JD Davis and Dom Smith like went down, came back up because somebody got hurt. They're not cutting it. They're not cutting it, which I said this preseason that these guys, we had to figure out something to do with them. Whatever. It's fine, but they need to figure something out with that. They need the pitching back. Right now is just a bad time to play the Astros. Astros are smoking hot. This is a beatdown, in my opinion.
That's what I'm thinking.
So there we go. I just gave you my why the Mets stink at the moment analysis. Yeah. So I'm actually staying in New York here, going cross town, going to the boogie down, going to the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Yankees run line -1.5 today. It's at -140.
Woo, it's expensive.
So it's expensive, but there is some value there. I mean, let's look.
What
do I need to say here? Simple as possible. Yankees best team in baseball, most runs scored in the MLB, second in OPS. A's team dead last in OPS, second to last in runs, dead last in both those categories over the last 2 weeks. Yankees crush lefties. They're facing Cole Irvin. Jamison Tyone has been a stud. There's really nothing else to say here. Yankees by $1 million today. I'll gladly buy up the -140. Like, let's just keep going.
It seems like a game you don't have to look that much into, Steve. Like you said, two teams going in the exact opposite direction.
Right. And I was
different in offense and pitching.
And I was going to say, when you have a matchup where you have the best team in baseball against a really bad team, there is one game in every series that the bad team has a chance to get. That game was last night, 2-1 game. It ain't happening today. A's, they're just not on even the same. They're not on the same planet as the Yankees. Last night was the one they had to get. They didn't get it. Yankees are going to crush them today.
Steve, let me ask you a question. Yankees money line is at -325 right now. The Oakland A's are at +255 right now. Okay. Cole Irvin is not terrible. He's not a terrible pitcher. What number would the A's on the money line have to get to in order for you to say, might want to throw some money on that because of the value?
You'd probably have to get me to like +280.
+280.
Maybe even a little more. Like you probably have to get me to like +280, +285.
Okay.
For me to just be like, all right. Because then at that point, you're talking about like the -1.5 for the Yankees being at like what, -200 ish.
Yeah, the -1.5 at I see a -145 right now.
Yeah, I got a -140. It's just like I can't, like, I know you have to look at lines. Like, a lot of people are like, don't look at the teams, look at the lines. I get that. That's actually very good advice. Thanks, JJ. But, but, I just, you can't trust the A's don't score. They don't have anybody on their roster. You
Right.
got, you look
It's
up
a
and down,
AAA team.
right. You look up and down their roster and you're like, who is playing the field? Like, who is in this lineup?
Yeah.
It's not happening today. I know Cole Irvin isn't that bad, but you're playing in Yankee Stadium. It's about to be July. The ball flies out of there. Judge just needs to like hit one off the label down the line or whatever it is. And they hit lefties pretty well. It's just,
Off the label.
yeah, like he could just pop it. It doesn't matter. So you'd have to probably get me to plus 285 to be like, yeah, I'll take a shot.
Yeah.
Maybe like $2 on it.
That's been a little bit of my strategy, Steve. And I've said it here before, just kind of like beating up on the nerds, right? A lot of my picks, I'm looking for these bad matchups as opposed to like, oh, I like, like the public, what the public likes or whatever. It's a big, favorite. I just like, the bad matchups. That's kind of what I'm looking for, these bad matchups, just like you've done right here.
Yeah. I mean, like the bad matchup, and it's the thing about this one is that, like I said, last night was the one for the A's to get.
Right.
The
one that got away.
The one that got away. And they blew a 5-0. They blew a 5-0 lead on Monday night. They still lost 9-5.
And they came storming back.
Right. So they have 5. Think about this. The A's last in runs, last in OPS over the last 2 weeks. They've scored 6 runs in the last 2 games. They're not scoring today. Like they don't have it. They don't have it. And we're going to cut this up when they go put up like an 8 spot in the 3rd inning, and we're just going to make fun of me. So it's perfect.
We got to do the opposite Charlie Sheen when he's, on drugs.
Yes, exactly. So what else do we have today, sir?
I got 2 left my heart in San Francisco. Tigers versus Giants over 8. We got 2 dum-dums on the mound today. Tigers versus Giants over 8 minus 115. We got Ronnie Garcia. Ron. I love when she says that. We actually saw her at the Jersey Shore not too long ago.
I mean, she probably lives there.
Yeah, we went. My wife. We went to her store. She's got a store. My wife saw her behind the counter, and she was like, "Oh my god, that's Sammy's sweetheart." Yeah, I just wanted to go just yelling there, Ron,
stop it.
Anyway, not that Ron. This Ronnie Garcia has an expected ERA today of 6.93, almost 7. An expected ERA of almost 7. That's bad. Expected slug 6.42. That's bad. Tigers, they got a lot of soft contact this year. They don't barrel up the ball. They don't have a high hard hit percentage, or a high barrel percentage. Tigers out-hit the Giants yesterday. Tigers out-hit them 10-7, but they ended up losing 4-3. That was a way better pitching matchup. They had both of their aces. Garcia has logged consecutive wins against the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. He's only given up 4 earned runs in 11 in the 3rd inning. This is not the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. Wood was tagged his last outing versus the Braves. 6 earned runs over 1 inning. Couldn't make it to 2 innings. He's given up 12 earned runs in his last 3 starts, and that was against Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and Kansas City. Not exactly the premier cream of the crop. Again, like I said, both these teams threw out their aces last night, Skubal and Rondon, and the score was 4-3. So today I'm expecting runs from these guys. High expected ERA. We know what they have done in the past. Tigers and Giants over 8. Give it to me minus 115.
I mean, the only thing I'm worried about is the Tigers. Like, I mean, the Giants might get it themselves off of Ronnie.
I'm hoping that they're going to pull a majority of the load, but also I don't have much faith that Alex Wood is going to shut down this Tigers lineup. And also I saw Javier Baez, I think is like 5 for 13 against Alex Wood with like 3 or 4 doubles and a walk. So I'm looking for some production out of Javier Baez today.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Also, the Tigers have been hitting better of late. I just want to see something on this game real quick before we keep going, because you mentioned Ronnie here.
Yes.
Wow, there's some value there on the Giants total runs. Over 4.5 full game, -118.
Oh, that's a fair price.
That's pretty good.
You get 5 runs.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't need the Giants. I think you need the Giants to get 6 of these today.
Sure.
Which is totally possible here. Because we don't lose, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the only thing. The only thing that scares me is the Tigers a little bit, but they've been better of late. They've been a lot better over the last couple of weeks than they had been. They were dead last in like every category.
Right, and that's what I was saying is like they out-hit them yesterday, and they had Rodon on the bump. So I'm thinking, and then they're going to throw out their Alex Wood. So I think they can get to him a little bit today.
Alex Wood is not Carlos Rodon for those of you scoring at home.
Just so you know.
I'm actually, it's good. I'm sticking in the NL West here. Taking the Fathers, the Padres, first 5, -0.5 at -105. First and foremost, I want to say, I'm going to make this clear. I'm breaking my number 1 rule of betting on baseball, which is that I don't take road teams in the first 5 innings. But here, too much value for me on this one. So Operation Fade Mad Bum is in full effect. The Fathers roughed him up last week in San Diego. 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned in 4 innings. He stinks. Today, they face him again. They are second in the MLB and OPS over the last 2 weeks and first in runs scored without Manny Machado. D-backs offense does not scare me. 29th in OPS over the last 2 weeks. They face Clevenger. And we're going to do this, what we did the other day. The value's on the run line here for the first 5. If you just take the Padres on the money line for the first 5, it's -140. Run line is -105. So if you are that confident, like I am, in the Padres leading after 5 innings, you take the run line at -105 every damn time. Fathers are rolling in Arizona today.
Steve, I feel like a fool now. You made me look stupid on Daily Dingers because my pick is the Padres money line. I am taking the Fathers on the money line, but you're right. There's much more value on the first 5.
But yeah, there is much more value on the first 5. I was going to say, you're taking full game. It's still better than the first 5 money line.
Dude, you're paying -105 for the first 5, and I'm paying 131 for the entire game. Jeez, I got to switch that. I'm going to stick with it just because I did the research and for the same reasons that you mentioned. Same pitching matchup 1 week ago from today. Clevenger, 1 earned run in 4 innings. Bumgarner, 4 earned runs in 4 innings. Padres won that 10-4. You mentioned already Padres second in OPS in the last 15 days, 3rd in runs scored. These offenses, just stark difference. Clevenger good, Bumgarner bad. Advanced stats will back that up. Bullpen advantage. Padres, the Fathers, Padres money line. But I think I gotta take what you said, man. There's much more value on that. You are 100% correct.
Yeah, that it's just like I said, you just got to look at some things and find the value points. But I'm going to mention JJ again. I did look at the line and not the teams, and I looked at the line. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I was like, I liked because I did like the full game first for the Padres, and then I went to the first 5. I looked at the pitching matchup and I was like, Mad Bum stinks. Let's look at this. And I found this, and that's what it is. And we're not in it for pushes, right? The only thing the first 5 money line protects you from, as opposed to the run line, is that if it's a tied game and you have the money line, you push. You lose on the run line, but it doesn't matter. We're not in this for pushes. We're in this. You're not kissing your sister here. We're in this for W's. And that's
in this to win this.
That's right. And I mean, now we're all over the Padres today. They are going to become the Daily Dingers mascot soon. We've just been crushed them last week too. We get the over 4 runs scored in the over team total last week against Mad Bum, which was cleared in the top of the second. So it's perfect.
It's going to be our public favorite here on Daily Dingers.
Hell yes. And finally, I got staying in the NL West. We're going to Coors. Dodgers Rockies first 5 over 5.5 -138. It's a little bit like, it's a little bit like you got to buy this up a little bit, but let's look at everything. Herman Marquez pooped in my mouth last Friday when I picked against him. Yeah. I am not expecting him to throw together 2 good starts in a row against the Dodgers lineup in Coors Field.
No matter who's crying.
Doesn't matter. I don't care. Freddie Freeman could be crying his eyes out. I don't give a shit. Okay. Now I get on the other side of this equation. I get the Rockies facing Julio Urias. He is a lefty. Rocky, second in the MLB in OPS against lefties at a ridiculous 818. 818 is absurd as a team. And then they have the best home OPS in the majors, which is also absurd at 805. This screams over 5.5 in the first 5. If you're feeling real frisky, you could go over the full game at 11. But this is my play today here. First 5 over 5.5 minus 138. I can't see these pitchers doing well in Coors tonight.
Runs early and often.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Rockies the only time the Rockies hit are at home against lefties. They're facing Urias, who I know he's been pretty good. He doesn't strike a lot of guys out, though. He's not like a big strikeout guy. He's a lot of contact. Contact in Coors Field is not a good thing.
Right.
So there's that. And Herman Marquez, I know he shut the Twins down last week in Minnesota, whatever.
Yeah. Big
Dodgers are not the Twins here.
They're not.
I'm just going to say that. And the Dodgers are really good against right-handed pitching. Herman Marquez has the worst fastball in the major leagues. I don't know if you look at like the numbers of his fastball, his advanced stats, it just gets pissed on. It's just not a good.
Steve, did you look? Tell me if I'm wrong. Does he have worse numbers at home than he does away?
I didn't even look at that, but I believe that he does. I'm
sure that has to go into effect the Coors Field effect. But still,
I'm gonna look at this right now because he is. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh my God. He's got a 6. He's got the way worse numbers at
because I think I picked his strikeout under maybe a couple weeks ago or a week or two ago, and I saw his home versus away splits, and I think they were pretty bad, right?
His ERA is like 2.5 runs higher at home.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know we look at other numbers, but like this just isn't a good matchup for him today. The Dodgers do really well against righties too. Like they don't hit lefty. It's so weird to me that the Dodgers are not very good against left-handed pitching, but they will.
It's like the White Sox, right? The opposite of the White Sox.
Yeah, it's insane to me. So yeah, there's too much here. Like, yeah, I guess there's value on the under, but like you're gonna be looking. There's value on the under of the first 5 here because it's plus money, but you're gonna be looking at yourself in the third inning. It's gonna be friggin' 3-3, and there's gonna be nobody out with the bases loaded, and you're gonna be like, why did I not take this over?
Yeah, that's plus money for a reason, right?
Exactly. But yeah, that's what I got today. I already got the graphics made. Like I'm ready to rock today, baby.
Dude, you're ready to go.
That's right. That's right.
To recap it here, guys, again, free money. Just to say we did go 5-0-1 on Monday. We're chasing the elusive 6-0. Could be today. Could be today. Could be today.
Today.
First one, I got Justin Verlander to record a win, plus 125. Also got the Astros on the money line, minus 135. Tigers versus Giants, over 8. Bad pitching matchup, minus 115. Padres, the Fathers, money line, minus 131. Steve's going to have a better pick for you in that same game. Steve, you take it away.
Yankees, run line, minus 140 against the A's. A's stink, Yankees don't. Fathers, first 5. Minus the half at minus 105. And then Dodgers, Rockies, first 5 over 5.5. Expect all the runs in Coors today.
Runs today, guys. We didn't take any unders. No unders today.
No.
Runs.
It's because we're winning.
Runs.
Winning. W's, winning.
Thank you guys for watching today. Steve, any last comments before we take off? We're good to go for Friday, right?
Oh, we're great for Friday. Friday. It's Parlay Friday. So Friday's like a big show day for me. I got Parlay Friday. We got Daily Dingers. It's a huge thing. I have nothing to say except good luck today, everyone. And stay tuned for more winners.
Enjoy day baseball, everyone. It's a great day. A lot of day baseball.
Exactly. Is there anything better than day baseball midweek?
Day drinking. Two of the best.
Day drinking at day baseball. That's perfect.
Yes.
There you go.
That's my happy place.
That's I got to get back to Citi Field, by the way. And we'll get there.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back Friday. Have a great day. Daily Dingers, Pete and Steve. Catch you later.